Hello and welcome. Today is the breakdown for day 8 in my 30-day Godot challenge. So without further ado, let's hop into the project. So this is the project. So it's very similar to the way I've had it since day 1 of this project, but I think there's a lot more functionality, and I hope you agree. So we actually have a game scene now because of the way um, I'll just show you. So the game so far, there's the bullets, projectiles. I call them projectiles in the code. So they do this, they spin. Awesome, that's great. Now let's go into the specifics of how I got this working, because it was not easy, as is anything else, as is anything you try to learn for the first time. It's just not easy. So let's go down, let's go bust under the hood of this thing and then see what happened. So so this is where all the magic happens. Is right here in player shoot. I followed a tutorial for this, tried to figure it out myself, and was somewhat successful. I tried to figure it out myself before I go look for tutorials, um, just to it seems silly every time I do it because I always end up looking for a tutorial. But if I try to figure it out myself in my mind, it's just me pushing my knowledge. It's forcing me to figure things out and kind of interact with Godot more than just finding a tutorial, finding exactly what I needed doing it. So I got this all working, and the tutorial I used was from kidscancode.org. So that definitely was a boost to my confidence when I couldn't figure it out, and I figured it out on a site called Kids Can Code. So I shouldn't be too hard on myself because I am still very new at Godot, so any help is good help. So this was a lot of fun, but here's the magic in my mind. This is the part that made me feel really clever. So I have some export variables for projectile speed and for cycle rate. So I can actually, from the inspector for the player, I can actually tweak how fast the player fires and what speed the projectiles are. And it means I can tweak how the weapon behaves, which is nice because I don't have to manually change it every time. But what's even nicer about it is if I decide to do power-ups, which I don't plan on doing, but if I end up thinking it's going to be a simple thing, I can do power-ups and just influence these variables that I already have for player, and it'll influence what I want to influence. So that's cool. Now let's go into what I learned. Um, as may have touched on before, I need to be okay with following tutorials, even if struggling. Um, I don't know a lot yet, so I need to be okay with looking for a tutorial. As long as I'm taking that tutorial and trying to learn what the code's doing and trying to figure it out what it's doing instead of copying and pasting. Because if I copy and paste the tutorial, I'm not learning anything. And then something else I found out, it was in the documentation when I read it, but I didn't really use it until now. So if you're here in this script for Godot and you go right up here to search help, and I want to know about this player is an area 2D. So if I type in area 2D and I hit open, this gives me everything that area 2D has. And I can things like, and then here at the bottom, I can go to things like methods. So what methods does it have? I could do signals. What signals does it have? And it gives me a small description of each one. I found that if this description, where is it? If this description isn't enough for me, especially for method descriptions, if this method description isn't enough for me, if I go to online docs, we're gonna have to do that right now. If you go online and search for it, it's a little bit better, but this is great. This is great to have. So I've been using this a ton to look up method descriptions and stuff that I found in tutorials and kind of learning a little bit more about um, what it takes for inputs. And the thing that really interests me that doesn't show here is what return values that some of these methods have. So return values are always helpful in my experience. But that's it for day 8. I think I'm actually really happy with how this is coming out so far. Like I was really frustrated at the beginning, but now there's like now that I can like move around and it rotates and I can shoot. It just like it's starting to feel like an actual game and not like just some I don't know. It just feels more complete now that the player has functionality and that I can interact. I still can just go straight off this. I just have to clamp the player down, but for some reason I can't be bothered. I've been spending time just trying to get this done. I think that'll be part of today too. Day 9, that'll be part of day 9, is just getting the player to stay on the screen. All right, that's it for the project for right now. One. And that's the breakdown for day 8. For day 9, I plan on working on the enemy obstacles and debris fields and things like that. And mainly, I'm doing that so I can get the projectile from the player to interact with that somehow. I'm hoping maybe not destroy, but maybe even just something that prints to the console that says hit. So that way, the bones are there to build it out. Um, Thank you for anybody who watches this, and hopefully I'll see you for the breakdown for day 9. Bye. Enjoy your day or night or whatever it is, whenever you're watching this. Bye.